In a small, peaceful village surrounded by green fields and tall coconut trees, there lived an elderly woman named Kamla. Her life was simple. No gold, no luxury, no children to take care of her. Just her tiny mud house, and one loyal companion, a little brown hen. Every morning, Kamla woke up before sunrise. She'd sweep the front yard, light a small oil lamp before her gods, and whisper softly, "Thank you for another day." Then she would walk to the backyard, smile at her hen and gently say, "Good morning, my dear," and every morning, without fail, the hen would cluck happily and lay one fresh egg. Kamla would boil it, share half with her neighbor's little boy, and eat the rest with a smile of peace. Life was not rich, but it was full. One morning, as the sun rose behind the banyan trees, Kamla went to collect her usual egg. But when she looked inside the basket, her eyes widened. 2 eggs, she blinked. 2, she whispered in surprise. The hen looked up at her, calm and content, as if to say, "Yes, today I had more to give." Kamla smiled softly. "Ah, thank you, my sweet one." That day she ate 1 egg, sold the other, and bought fresh vegetables for dinner. She didn't think much of it, but the villagers did. By evening, word spread across the small village. "Kamla's hen lays 2 eggs now," said one man at the tea stall. "Maybe it's a magic hen," said another. "Or maybe she's been feeding it something special." The next morning, a few curious neighbors came to see for themselves. They watched, and again, the hen laid 2 eggs. Gasps filled the air. By afternoon, everyone in the village knew about Kamla's miracle hen. Soon, people began visiting Kamla's home, not to greet her, but to advise her. One man said, "Auntie, you should build a bigger coop." "More space, more eggs." Another woman said, "You should start a business. Sell eggs to the next town." A third said, "Feed the hen better food. Maybe it will lay 3 eggs." Kamla listened quietly, her hands folded in her lap. Their voices filled her house, their ideas bouncing like echoes. Finally, she smiled gently and said, "Thank you, my friends, but I think 2 eggs are enough." They looked shocked. "Enough? Why stop when you can have more?" Kamla simply said, "Because peace is worth more than profit." Days passed, and the villagers didn't stop. Some laughed behind her back. Some called her foolish. One day, a wealthy trader from a nearby town came with an offer. He said, "I will pay you a lot of money if you let me buy your hen. I'll make her lay hundreds of eggs." Kamla looked at her brown hen, the same gentle creature that clucked softly by her side every day, the one that kept her company in her loneliness. She smiled kindly and said, "Sir, she is not a machine. She is family." The trader frowned. "You're wasting an opportunity." Kamla replied softly, "Maybe, but I'd rather waste an opportunity than lose peace." He left angrily, muttering, "Old fools never learn." One night, as the wind howled and rain poured heavily, Kamla noticed her hen lying quietly. Not moving much, she rushed to cover her with a cloth, whispering, "It's all right, my dear. Rest now." The next morning, the hen didn't lay any eggs. For the first time in years, the basket was empty. Kamla didn't panic. She just sat beside her, stroked her feathers, and said, "You've given me so much already. You owe me nothing." She cooked rice porridge and fed the hen gently. Days passed. The hen slowly recovered. But from then on, she laid only 1 egg a day, just like before, and Kamla smiled, happy as ever. One evening, as Kamla sat outside her hut watching the sunset, a group of village children gathered around her. "Auntie, why didn't you try to get more eggs?" one girl asked. "Wouldn't that make you richer?" another boy added. Kamla laughed softly, her eyes gentle. "My children, when I was your age, I also believed happiness comes from more. More food, more clothes, more money. But life has taught me, the more you chase, the less you rest." She picked up her hen and placed it on her lap. "This little one gives me what I need, not what I want, what I need. And when I stopped wanting more, I finally felt free." The children listened silently as the sun dipped behind the hills. Kamla looked at them and said one last thing. True happiness isn't found in having more, but in appreciating what we already have. In our search for more, we often forget the peace that already lives in our hearts. We run after success, forgetting that joy lives quietly in simplicity. The old woman had nothing, yet she had everything, because she had gratitude, and gratitude turns whatever you have into enough. Fade to soft background music, birds chirping, wind rustling through trees. Be grateful. Be content. Be at peace. Path of wisdom.